Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the program. I am Scotty Roberts. This is the Captain's Log, part of the greater Captain's Cabin. So, welcome to the program tonight. I want to ask you something and maybe preface this just a little bit. Have you ever held many truths at the same time? Many things going on? Have you ever had days where you're not asked to choose one feeling? They're all handed to you all at once. There's anger, there's gratitude, there's fear, there's relief, there's loss, and the strange, stubborn persistence of love. And sometimes there's even hate mixed into that. Sometimes you have to juggle between who you are and everybody else around you is. Family members, work people, all of that stuff. So let me ask you, if today felt like too much for you, you're not alone on that watch tonight, because we all have those days. And the Captain's Log tonight is some days hold a little bit of everything. And today ran the full spectrum. Maybe some of you can say the same thing. There were moments of heat. I'm not talking the good heat. I'm talking the bad heat. The kind that rises fast, where all the words get sharp and patience runs very thin. And there were moments where the weight of money, finances, responsibilities pressed down very hard. The kind of pressure that doesn't shout, but sits on your chest and makes you count breaths instead of dollars. And if I'm honest, there's disappointment that happened as well. And there's that quiet kind that doesn't explode, but kind of settles in and asks very uncomfortable questions of you. But the day didn't stop there. That was the first part of the day. Now, maybe you can relate, and I'm hoping you do. Didn't stop there. In the middle of all that, something small but meaningful happened. It was almost like, for me, regaining a piece of independence. It wasn't just transportation, but agency. The simple dignity of being able to go where you need to go under your own power. And that mattered more than I expected it would. Because of my physical health this last year. And I tell people, let me put a little sideliner in here. I tell them I wasn't healthy. I was sick all last year. It's the easiest way to describe it. I wasn't really sick. My body was poisoned, and it was getting worse. And they put me on drugs, and then I eventually, of course, lost the leg. And so all through that time, many things didn't happen the way they were supposed to. Money didn't happen like it was supposed to. My income source dried up. Everything I had dried up. And there I was, stuck with nothing at the end of the year. Absolutely zero, nothing. So maybe you haven't had something like that going on in your life to you personally. But in the middle of all that, I didn't drive. I couldn't drive. I was so drugged up. There were times where I was not allowed to drive. No, you will not drive the kids to school today. You took those meds this morning. And then there were days where I pled and said, look, I didn't take any meds yet today. I want to drive. And I couldn't drive. It was all in my system. And so the feeling of being able to sit in my own vehicle today and drive it, nice big truck, And that felt good. And it was like getting back on a bicycle, you don't forget how to drive. So I drove very well and it was very comfortable. My new truck. That's kind of what I'm referring to with that. But after I got the truck, I didn't really plan on stopping anywhere, but my daughter had told me, Dad, when you get that truck, you come right over and show us the truck. And they're still at our old house. And so I didn't plan on stopping, but I was asked. And I said yes. And for a little while I sat there with everybody coming out to the truck and looking at it and sitting in it, and the world just stopped arguing with itself. Nothing was fixed. Nothing was solved or resolved, but I wasn't divided into pieces. And for a brief stretch of time, I fit inside my own life again. Not as a problem to be managed, not as a man under repair, but simply present in my real self, recovered. And that's what today reminded me. Some days aren't about resolution. Some days are just about endurance, about carrying everything without dropping yourself in the process. So if today handed you more than you could comfortably hold, and you're still counting, you're still standing, that counts. And I will tell you, the feeling I had, do you remember when I told you a while back? I said, I cannot wait to get my first prosthetic leg. Because I said, I have spent 10 months laying on my ass in a chair, bleeding, on drugs, not being able to think, not being able to do, certainly not. I could get up at one point and still walk around, but that made it worse. And so I was ordered to stay in a chair. And everything, my wife waiting on me, my kids, was from me in a prone position, them looking down at me, my foot up. And do you know how good it felt when I was able to stand up to my full height and look my wife in the eye? That's the feeling of being in that truck today. It wasn't the truck or the kind of truck. It could have been something smaller than that, but it felt like there I was as people came and sat in the truck with me. And I got my hand up on the steering wheel and I'm turned in toward the truck. And I felt like I've got my jeans on, a nice jacket, my hat. And had it running because it's bloody cold outside. And I felt like everybody saw me as having recovered. I am a man. And while a truck doesn't make a man, I felt, as silly as it sounds, it made me feel masculine. Because there I was, driving my own truck, nobody catering to me or having to care for me. And so, if today handed you more than you can handle or comfortably hold, and you're still standing, that counts a hell of a lot. And that's the word given today. And I have some affirmations for you. I am allowed to feel many things at one time. You can feel resolved or steadfast and still feel grief at the same time. You can feel love and still hate something. You can feel diminished and still feel whole in yourself. So you're allowed. I am allowed. That's the affirmation. I am allowed to feel many things at once. I do not need to resolve today to honor it. My presence matters even when I'm tired. Small victories are still victories, and I am more whole than I sometimes believe. Say that to yourself. I am more whole than I sometimes believe. So here's the benediction. May you rest tonight without replaying every moment of the day. May you loosen your grip on what could not be controlled. And may tomorrow meet you gently. And if it doesn't, may you meet it standing or behind the wheel of your metaphoric truck or real truck, intact and unashamed of your humanity. So for those of you who have to leave us, sleep well tonight. Some days are going to be cluttered with every emotion you can think of. All you need to do is meet it standing and intact and unashamed of your humanity. And then you can say the watch is held. So, stay the course. All right, folks, here we are. End of the captain's log. Let's move into the captain's cabin. And let's have some fun tonight. Let's have some good conversation. And first, however, I need to say goodbye, good night to our Instagram friends. Thanks for watching live over there. We'll see you later. Thanks, Aaron and Phil Moreau. I don't have my glasses on. I can't read it. Thank you two for being right there right now. I'm going to end this. Come on over to the YouTube channel, my YouTube, youtube.com/Scotty Roberts. And you'll find the live stream already playing there, and you can join the chat room. Have a good night. All right, now everybody else, let's get this rolling. How y'all doing tonight? I need to see what everybody's doing, what everybody's saying. What's this? This is in the way. Remove. Okay, remove. Okay. So who all is here tonight? Let me scroll back. Oh, there we go. We've got Roger is here. Good to see you. Says, good evening, Scotty. Field guy holds his water and his phone. And who else we got? We scroll down. Steph Cuervo Queen. Hello, she says. Hello. So good to see you here, Barbie D. Nice to see you as well. Let's see. Oh, Durka, says Roger. Let's see. Who else we got? Said Barbie D, Field Guy, Roger. It looks like it's you guys in there bantering most of the evening. Morgan Snow, good to see you. See you. Good morning, all. She says a good evening, all. Why did my mind go to morning when I read evening? Good evening, all. Dyslexic times of day or something. So that was enjoyable for me, Barbie D. It was incredible. It was a good feeling. Hawk Buckman is here. Hawk Buckman. Oh, oh. That doesn't sound like a hawk. That sounds like something weird. So I can't do the hawk with my throat right now. So we'll see how that goes. You can hear it still in my throat. That's the tracheal junk they did to me. That is still, sometimes it's really clear and I can speak really clear. And if I'm going to sing, I can sing, but I have to, do the kind of singing like, there's a bright golden hazel the meadow. You can do that. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. See, I can do that, but I start just talking and it breaks all up. It all depends on what I do with it, you know? And so I'm going to have to go in and get that fixed. It's still, I just don't want to do it. This whole thing with my leg started because of one of the tracheal surgeries and what they pumped me full of. And I just don't want to do that again. So I don't have lots of fears. I have claustrophobia. Any of you have claustrophobia? I was watching an archaeological show last night, and I'll turn on YouTube at night, and I'll just look for shows that I enjoy. Tony Robinson, Sir Tony Robinson now, who played, if you remember, the Blackadder series with Rowan Atkinson, and Tony Robinson played Baldric, the village idiot, kind of guy, the right-hand man to Blackadder. And he got into, 30 years ago, doing these archaeological shows around England, Great Britain mostly, Scotland, Ireland, Great Britain, and England. And he got knighted for his television shows that he does by Queen Elizabeth all along the way. And all these shows he had done, and historical shows. And you'd really enjoy his stuff. It's called Time Team. That was on from the mid-90s until about not even 10 years ago. So that show ran for a long time. I'll watch those, and I like Alice Roberts, Dr. Alice Roberts. She does Digging for Britain. It's all these Brit shows. I really enjoy them, but archaeological shows. And so there was something about Alice Roberts I wanted to say, and now because I set the stage for what I wanted to say, I totally forgot. So we'll move on. Oh, claustrophobia. Last night, I saw this episode where they were going into old mines from the 17th and 18th century over in England. And they're going down, and if you saw a schematic that they did with LiDAR or something, the mines, the caves, they were going all over, and then they drop, and then you go up and over and back into chambers where they were mining. Trying to think what they were mining last night. It might have been, wasn't tin, wasn't coal, can't remember. But, copper. And some of those things where they're lowered down, they're on the ropes, the cameras, and they're crawling through places. And she states, oh my, she says, I don't know if I can get through here. And those tight squeezes, last thing I'd want to do is get stuck in an underground cave. Mine shaft, anything like that. Saw Josh Gates do that once on his Expedition Unknown, I think it was. And there were these tunnels. I think it was near the Dead Sea in Israel, between Israel and Jordan. And there were all these tunnels that had been carved out. And they were squared off, so it was like chiseled out precision. But they were tight. People were smaller or something back then. And he's going through one place where he goes through this tunnel, and it does a right angle up, only a couple of feet to get out into the chamber. But as he's trying to get out, his hips and his knees, he couldn't get him through. And he was feeling stuck. And I could see the panic in him. I'm stuck, guys. I'm stuck. And I couldn't do that. I like adventure, and I like a lot of different things. I'll climb a mountain, but don't put me in a tunnel where I feel claustrophobic and could possibly get stuck because I can't get my shoulders through or something. And then you got to crawl backward for 300 meters or something and get stuck the other way. It just gives me the EBGBs just thinking about it. That's my claustrophobia. Anyway, so yes, Hawk, I got the truck today, and it is awesome. Awesome. And I wanted to fit it into the garage, and of course, I wasn't sure if I could because it's a big truck. And so I actually got it in, and I backed it in because it's going to be super cold here tonight. It's going to be more than 20 degrees below zero actual air temperature. It just dropped on us. This same front that's bringing weather all across the country in the next couple of days dropped bitter cold on us. And then we're going to have, they say, 30 to 40 mile an hour winds, which is going to give us about a 30 to 40 degree below zero wind chill. So you can walk out tomorrow morning. It could feel like 35, 36 degrees below zero. So I wanted to put the truck in the garage, and it's an older garage. And so I'm saving this picture so I can show you. Desktop, save. Let's see if this will work. If I saved it, it's the right kind of picture. So, yes, I got it in. This was a little victory as well. I got boxes stacked all along the side walls of the garage. Well, that's the way everybody did it. Thank goodness my son Sam was in charge, and people, they didn't just get thrown in willy-nilly. He lined them up and stacked them neatly in one course on each wall. And it's my thousands of books and all kinds of other things in tubs. So I got that truck in the garage today. Only about 2 hours ago. There it is. And there is my truck in the garage, as John Ward used to say. Oh, you have a garage. So there it is. And bravo for life's little victories. I got the truck and I got it to fit in my old garage. So that made me very happy. So there you go. And where else am I going with that? I don't know. Oh, I was answering Hawk's question about the truck. So Pamela Zaspel is here. That's fantastic, Scott. I'm happy for you, really. Thank you. I feel manly. I am man. I have truck. That's kind of what it felt like today too. It's like Scotty Roberts, man with truck. How you doing? So it was nice. And somebody said, really, you want a truck that you have to step up into that? And I said, that's for me better than stepping down. I can't, even with the prosthetic, even before that, I was not one to enjoy stepping down into the car. I don't want to get down on my haunches to lower myself into a car seat and go, hey, I'm in. Somebody help me stand up, please, when I get out. I want to be able to, grab the side of the door or the handle and step up. I want to step up into it's like when I ride a horse. I don't want to step down into the saddle. I want to step up into the saddle. And so that feels good, and it's easy enough to do. I don't need to use the prosthetic leg to do that. I use the good leg. I step up on the running board and then get up there and I'm in. Boom, swing, bazam. So yes, Pamela, that felt very good. And it's good to see you too. Let's see who else we got. We got Josh Kemp is here today. And I said hi to Morgan Snow, I do believe. And who else have I got here? What did that say? How's Mr. Butters? You're not talking to me. That's Josh Kemp. Let's see. Can hardly wait to get back to North Carolina and drive my car and go wherever, whenever, and wherever I want to, says Morgan Snow. Yeah, my daughter said it's going to snow. The forecast for North Carolina, where they're in Charlotte. The forecast for Charlotte, North Carolina is a dangerous one. Up here, it's like, we got stuff to handle that. Down there, they don't have the infrastructure. They're expected to get between 15 and 18 inches of snow on Saturday. That's the forecast anyway. Let's see. What else we got? Yeah, I got to feel good in that truck today. I certainly did, Steph. Thank you very much. Let's see. Steph says, "Hey, Hawk." Let's see. No, it's not far off. Is that what you meant for the weather? Another day or so for my kids down in North Carolina. Roger, the freedom of driving a vehicle is something I thoroughly enjoy. It's a happy place for me. I take my vehicles very serious because the time I spend in them means so much to me. Boom! That's what you need. So, yeah, I enjoy driving my new truck now. And it's so spacious, you know? I'm going to be able to fit all my kids in there very comfortably. And it's got a really nice it's got a really nice topper on it on the back. So that's nice. I'll take that off when I need to, but if I ever have to haul things, but got a topper. What's the weather like where you're at, Steph? I think you're in the Northeast, are you not? And there you go, Steph. Steph, yes, Hawk, I'm in Massachusetts. I thought you were in Connecticut. You're in Massachusetts. Why did I think Connecticut? Because you told me Massachusetts. Let's see. I have a fear of clowns, says Roger. That's a healthy fear. It's a healthy fear. Clowns and claustrophobic tunnels. Ew, imagine that one. Let's see. Massachusetts. Hawk's been there many times. Last time to Tauntaun. That's where Tauntauns come from. Let's see. Had snow last night. Just waiting for the 12 to 18 inches. They're predicting for Sunday into Monday, says Steph. Elevators do that to me in small rooms. Caves, totally out of the question, says Morgan Snow. Elevators, I don't get that. I don't get I get claustrophobia when I feel constrained and I can't move. I get claustrophobia in a sweater sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get this off. Or a pair of jeans where, pardon me, everybody with sensitive ears, guys know this feeling where your nuts get tangled up in the seam of your jeans and you're like, oh my God, I got to rip these things off now. That causes claustrophobia in me. I don't like the feeling at all. So I don't like being constrained. There, I'm drinking just moisture out of my Son of a Patriot mug, which it's not just a mug, it's a piece of art. And you too can have your own Son of a Patriot mug. And you can get them over on my Etsy page. Etsy.com/shop/Son of a Patriot. It's the Son of a Patriot. This is a cartoon character I made up, kind of a comic book character. That is my ancestor, John Robards, who fought in the American Revolution in the Colonial Army. Son of a Patriot. Boom! It's only going down to 12 degrees where Hawk is. I think the snow is going to miss us. Maybe. I'd like the snow to miss us. Well, it's going to be a little more south of us. I don't think we're getting a lot of snow out of this. I think we already had it. But I don't know for sure. Let's see. Yeah, that a boy, Sam. That's what he does. What kind of truck? I am asked. I have it's a 2006, so it's 10 years old. No, that's 20 years old. It's 20 years old, but it's a 2006 Chevy Silverado with the Z71 package, and it's in great shape. Black. So, like my soul. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be negative 35 wind chill. Down there, yeah, it's going to be the same here. Almost the same thing. Pamela says, have you heard about the caves that are being revealed as the Euphrates River dries up? Yes, I have heard about that. Creepy stuff. Moans and growling can be heard. Biblical stuff going on there. And that's the thing. The Bible stuff, we've been so sanitized, with our felt board things for kids in Sunday school, and we don't think of the Bible stories as being anything that is seriously real. It's all mythological stories and tales, but there's some stuff, especially if you go, and I do not consider it an extra biblical book. It's an apocryphal book, but like the book of Enoch. That's not in the regular canon of scripture. But remember, God didn't come down and say, that book. No, not that one and not that one. This was all men's doing. And it was done under Constantine, the emperor, in the early 300s. It started with his Council of Nicaea and went on to other councils. One of the things they had to decide, all these priests and bishops and everybody, was what books belong in the Bible and what does not. And Constantine told them there's two things. He had made himself the first pope of the Catholic Church, and he was the Roman emperor. He said two things exist. There is one God, one emperor, one religion, one empire. And he told them, that's the rule you go by. And as far as deciding what goes in the Bible, I don't really care. He said, you decide, but it better damn well be unanimous. And so they debated over the different books to put in. Did you know that there are only 4 Gospels in the New Testament? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. But did you know that in total, we have 70 different Gospels from the first century? Why are the other ones not in there? Because they deemed them, these bunch of Catholics, decided what should and should not be in the Bible. And the book of Enoch was one of them that they could not agree on. So they created a set of books that are biblical books, but they're extra biblical books. They're the apocryphal books. And then you have the pseudepigraphal books, which are books written supposedly by somebody. But Enoch is a pseudepigraphal book. This means the author was not the one who was authoring it. Somebody else authored it later in his name. But the book is old. The book of Enoch you got people like Peter, St. Peter to you Catholics, who quoted from it. I believe you have Jesus himself quoted from the book of Enoch. The Apostle Paul quoted from the book of Enoch. And so the way I look at it, if you've got all these old church fathers, the early disciples, quoting from the book of Enoch, it was well known back then. And it was good enough for Jesus to quote, it's good enough for me. So you've got the book of Enoch. And the reason I bring that up, Pamela, Enoch is like the Bible on crack. I mean, it is a wild book. And there's some wild things that go on in it. Mythological creatures and all of that. So when you're talking about the Euphrates River drying up and creepy stuff, moans and growling, yeah, I want to look into that. I want to talk about that one night. We'll see if we can open that up a little wider and broader and see what we can find out about that. My next t-shirt says, Hawk, I am man with Jeep Wrangler. I am man with Jeep Wrangler. So, yes, I will be man with Z71 or man with Silverado. Why do you know one of the first big Westerns that came out, and it was a long time ago now, came out in the 80s. Do you remember Silverado when that came out? Kevin Kline was in it, and Danny Glover, and Kevin Costner, I think, in one of his first roles. He played kind of the younger brother of the main character that he was breaking him out of jail. And he was kind of a gunslinger type, but young, frenetic energy and kind of goofy. That was Kevin Costner was in that. But the theme music for that plays in my head every time I say Silverado. I don't know why. I liked it. But that movie was the first Western that had come out in years, and they would hail back to the John Wayne Westerns, the Clint Eastwood Westerns, and all of that. And they said there was that big lull where they weren't doing Westerns kind of through the 70s, and then it came up with Silverado. Da-da-dan, dan, da-dan, dan, da-dan, dan, dan, ba-ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, 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 ba-bum. That was the music for Silverado. So that just went through my head because I said Silverado. So let's see. I have a Wrangler, says Steph. Hey, I'm wearing Wrangler jeans. Go figure. You guys, I'm part of the club too. No, I'm wearing Levi's. Sorry. Let's see. Josh, are the locks working? Asks Barbie D. My Jeep is my baby, says Hawk. It's my happy place. Yes, he calls me quite a bit from his Jeep. And he called me this last summer when it was hot and dusty. And he calls me when it's got the top on, all of that. So I knew you was Jeep people, says Hawk. Oh, I knew you were a Jeep people. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Just adding stuff up, says Josh Kemp. If they get a potential 2 to 4 of ice, the South is going to have a huge issue with the power lines breaking. That's the truth. Remember when Rocky moved down to Texas and they had that big ice storm right away? And he said, I moved to Texas to get away from that. And they have an ice storm and shuts everything down. Field guy says, I'm not allowed to drive. You know, I went and chose out myself a Jeep, and they told me, field guy, you can't drive. And I said, well, okay, I can have somebody else drive me. Why can't you drive, field guy? Let's see. Raleigh is getting sleet and ice, says Morgan Snow. Steph says, I love my Jeep. I love my Jeep, except that too many have Jeeps nowadays. I'm like, stop waving to me. I'm rocking out to my music. There you go. Let's see. You're on the Ma CT line. Oh, the Massachusetts CT, Connecticut line. See, that's why I thought you were in Connecticut. I don't know why. Okay. Let's see. The South will be fine. We told Mother Nature to go fuck off, says field guy. Oh, hey, I've noticed I have not put up a link to get into the studio here. Call into the studio. You do it with this link. Take that link, paste it in your browser, and because it's not going to be clickable in here, paste it in your browser, and you can come right in, and I'll see you right here in my window. So let's see. Are you a duck on the dash Jeep owner? Asks Roger of Steph. This answer will determine our friendship. Nice. Let's see. Lucky Stone is also in Massachusetts right now. I know my area will get between 2 inches to 2 feet between Sunday and Monday. I'm glad it's you guys and not us again. So just look at it at the bright side. The 22nd, which was today, we're on the tail end of the darkest days of the year. We had the winter solstice on the 21st of December. Now we have the end of this period, and the days start getting longer already. We're already on the upswing to spring. So it won't look like it for a while, but you know, what is it? Well, Groundhog Day is what? A week away? 10 days at most? Groundhog Day, when the groundhog either sees or does not see his shadow. And what is it? If he sees his shadow, there's 6 more weeks of winter. And if he doesn't see his shadow, there's like 2 months or something. It's only an extra 2 weeks or something. I don't know. So I don't know what the rule is with groundhogs. Puxatami Phil. which reminds me of one of the best movies of all time. One of them ranking up there in my top 10, Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. You got to see that if you have not. I was in a theater with friends and we laughed our asses off. Let's see, Morgan Snow. I'm in El Paso at this time. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Ding, 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 ding. So, I like that. An old Marty Robbins song. Marty Robbins? Did I get that right? I used to get my hair cut. When I had it, I used to get my hair cut at a little old barber downtown New Richmond. And once it grows back, I can go back there and get my hair cut from him again. Carl's Barbershop. He reminded me of Floyd the Barber from Mayberry, Andy Griffith Show. He didn't have the mustache with the little round glasses, but you walk into his shop and it's very nostalgic. He's probably in his early 70s, I'd say. And so his nostalgia doesn't take you back. You don't walk in and you're not taken back to like the 40s and the 50s, but you're taken back to the 60s and the 70s. And he's got all that music playing. And hey, that's a really cool mug. I didn't know about your Etsy store. I will do you one better. I'll go Etsy.com/shop/son of a patriot. Let's see if it gets us there anymore. Yes, it does. So I'm going to paste this link in the chat room, and you can all go look at this at your leisure, or even now in another window if you want. There's cool stuff there. I got to make sure I didn't see the mug. Is the mug in there? I do not have the Son of a Patriot mug up. Oh, see, these things expire and you got to keep renewing them. So it's probably back in there. I got to get in and renew it. Oh, yeah, no, there it is. I got Son of a Patriot, and I've got Daughter of a Patriot. I'm curious if I can show this to you. So, Daughter of a Patriot. I did the Son of a Patriot, and then I had like Audrey Roden. She said, "How come you don't have any women on your cup?" I said, "What about us Daughters of Patriots?" I said, "Well, I can do women," and so I did. And then it was, "How come you only have a brunette woman?" I said, "Well, I'm married to a brunette, and she's the model for the character I drew." "Well, how about a blonde?" "I'm blonde." "Okay, I can do a blonde one." Then somebody else wanted a redheaded one. Then somebody else wanted this or that. And the guy, guess what? Nobody worried about the hair color. Let's see. It's in Megatron, I do believe. Son of a Patriot. Let's see if I have Daughter of a Patriot in here. Bones. Crazy Horse. Daughter of a Patriot. Blonde, brunette. There's the brunette. Oh, that's not the one I want to show you, though, because it's masked for something. No, that doesn't look good either. Daughter of a Patriot, Ginger. Daughter of a Patriot. That way, logo, blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, I'll just show you this one. It's just is that a PNG file, which is why it looks like it's on the wrong color? Okay, I'll just call this one up. All right. This is the one that is the Daughter of a Patriot. Now, that weird outline doesn't look that way when you put it on a white mug. It's like this. It's got the same kind of outlining on it. So there's the Daughter of a Patriot. And Rainey posed for, didn't pose, I just patterned it after her. So that's her. And then we've also got the blonde one. I can show you. Image file. And we go to Daughter of a Patriot. Insta. Well, that's an Insta. Daughter. Bloody ginger. Here's the ginger. And you got to kind of imagine that outline not being there. There's the redhead. So we did brunette, redhead, blonde. And we put them on mugs. We put them on shirts and hoodies and all of that stuff. Me. So there you go. So that's Daughter of a Patriot. And then Son of a Patriot is very cool. So you have to go over and take a look around over there. And not all the products are up. Some of them have dropped, and I got to go renew them. So they're just sitting in the background. So where did those posts go? Where was I? Pamela. Hey, that's a really cool mug. Yeah, thank you again. It's a very cool mug. Son of a Patriot. That's John Robards. But it doesn't have to be. It can just be a Colonial Minuteman for you. Or a member of the Colonial Army. So there you go. Son of a Patriot. And it's on both sides. We've even got a Captain's Log mug that we did on metal tumbler mugs like this with the lids. And yeah, it's over there. It's dirty. I'm not going to get up and get it. So let's see. Steph says, I'm sorry. No, I've had Jeeps before all this duckling stuff happened. I give all the ducks away. My dog has also stolen and chewed them. Well, that's good. Oh, let's see. Hawk says, Roger, I have 2 ducks, a mama and a baby duck on my dash. That's about 30 in my center console that I've been given. I want to get Jesus Buddy for my dash. So let's see. Angel Sparrowhawk, haven't heard about those caves. That sounds really interesting. Yeah, it is. I'm going to look up, and I did a show on the Euphrates drying up about 2 years ago. And somebody just pop in. It's Hawk. Let's add him in. How you doing, Hawk?
Hey, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You're right on. Cool. Just a second, and I'll be right back with you.
Oh, did you call in and walk away?
No, I'm not calling in walking away. I'm trying to get my audio squared away.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So here, as long as he's doing that, I'm going to go get my other mug and show you. I don't have all the mugs here anymore. They're at the other house. But I can show this to you. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. Ready for this? Here we are. And get back down. Here is the, and I showed this to you a couple of months ago, probably around Christmas time. There we've got the Captain's Log.
I've seen that.
Mug. And it's got the ocean in the background. It's got a fleet of ships and things back there that are kind of fun to look at. Can't see them while you're drinking, though. But there it is. Captain's Log mug.
Okay, I'm back, Scott.
All right, good. I thought so. You were talking to me.
Yeah, well, I was mumbling to you. I wasn't talking.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I love the cars older than 10 years. I have a 2012 Ford Escape, and I love everything about it. Escape. So, yeah, my older kids grew up in the Lion King era. Lion King and Little Mermaid, the original Disney animated Little Mermaid. And so all their lines were from those movies.
Nemo,
yep, and Finding Nemo, they were on the cusp. When my younger kids now, when they were little kids, Nemo came out. I do believe that's when that came out.
There's a lot of people in here tonight.
There is. And you called in.
And I called in. I don't know why anybody else isn't calling in.
I cannot help but be... Here, what movie is this from? I cannot help but be touched.
Couldn't hear you, Scott.
What?
Couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
What's wrong with your headset?
Nothing's wrong with my headset.
My sound's on.
No, you got low.
Oh, maybe it's because I moved away and I talked softly. Okay, I'll say it again. And Pamela, you should know this. I cannot help but be touched. I cannot help but be touched. What movie was that from?
I have no idea. What movie is it from?
And your name, Chekhov. I never forget a face.
Oh,
But you
God.
would remember me. I cannot help but be touched. Ricardo Montalban playing Khan in The Wrath of Khan.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. I've completely forgot about that.
From hell's heart, I stab at thee. Khan.
I am still trying to get my audio squared away here.
Uh-oh.
No, it's just you're low, and I'm.
I don't know
how loud
why. Why am
I
I
don't know
so
how loud
loud?
How loud am I?
You're pretty good.
Am I?
Here,
Pretty good
maybe
or
your
good?
sound's down low. How's my sound now if I turn that up?
Yeah.
Or
you
I could
sound
do a
bit
little
better.
more. I could do a little more gain, but
Yeah, a little bit more gain.
let's see. Let's do a little more gain. Let's bring it up to about like that. I'm
Yeah,
at 3
that's a little
o'clock
better.
on my gain.
It's a little better. A little better.
A little better? Here, I'll bring the
Little
gain
better.
up. Let's go 4 o'clock. Here's 4 o'clock on my gain.
That's good.
So is that better?
Yeah, that's good.
Not biting too hard?
There's no bite in it.
All right, good. Well, you guys are into the ducks and the Jeeps.
Yeah, that's a Duck Jeep. It's a thing that started by a young lady. I think it was in Wisconsin. She got a
Duck,
Jeep. She had a duck that was laying around in her Jeep, and she decided to put it on another Jeep that she thought was kind of cool looking. And the next thing you know, it becomes a national fad for anybody who's a Jeep people. Jeep people are different than everybody else. You got to keep that in mind. So
Yeah. So, I got to answer Angel here. I would love to hear that conversation in the Book of Enoch. I've read some of it that I can find, but it's not that easy to find. You can go buy the Book of Enoch. Just go to the bookstore, and you can get them or you order them on Amazon. The Book of Enoch. But my publisher had at one of the books they want me to write after I finish off this second edition of the Rise and Fall of the Nephilim. They want me to write a book on the Book of Enoch and some of the strange, mysterious, wild things about the Book of Enoch. And so let me just do that. Let's see. Love the movie Silverado. Dun 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 dun. Trying to decide who his horse, Kevin Kline's horse. That man stole my horse. And the little army regiment there, their commander says, "How do I know this is your horse?" And he says, "Well, look, he's kissing me." And he's standing with the horse, and the horse is nuzzling and licking his face. He goes, "I had a whore in El Paso do that to me once, but didn't make her my wife." So that was one of the lines I remember from that movie.
what is wrong with you? Something's
What's wrong with you?
So you're going to tell me about the truck?
I'm too much a product of pop culture.
All right. So you're going to tell me about the truck or not?
I did.
No, I mean,
got
does
it
it
from the
drive
garage.
good? Do you, I mean, come on now.
What do you want to know?
Does it drive well?
It drives really well.
You know, the
really
front end's not
enjoyed
going to
the
fall out
drive.
from under it?
No, I don't think anything's going to fall out.
Has it got a knock or anything in the engine that you got to worry
Nope.
about?
He said the engine light's on, but it's been on for years. He says, and I can't figure out. He said, I brought it in. I've worked on it. He says, can't get it to shut off. There's some switch or something somewhere that he's not finding. I could take it in and have it looked at, but he says
It's probably an oxygen sensor.
something, whatever.
It
And
costs $60.
I don't know cars. I don't know car shit. But the interior is spotless for being 20 years old. A gorgeous interior on that car, on that truck. Spacious. On the road, people get out of my way. That's kind of nice.
That's just because they know you're the one driving it.
Yeah, that's right. No. Yeah. No, they don't. You almost had me there. They didn't know who I was. I was in a different part of the neighborhood than I ever drive through. So, let's see. Okay, field guy, call in with a topic. Steph, you too. I want to hear your voice. Steph, yeah, why aren't you calling in? Come on. Come on.
Yeah, Steph.
You're the
Why ain't you
program.
calling in?
Waiting. Steph, we're waiting on you.
Yep. She said she didn't like the sound of her voice.
Well, you don't have to listen to it. We do. We like it.
Exactly.
Love the sound of your voice.
That's what I was trying to tell her.
Even when we talk about things I don't care about. Steph and I talked on the phone a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Was it that long ago? And she was going on about a topic that I'm checked out of. Long time ago on Ghost Hunter stuff. And she was just talking about stuff. And after a while, she said, well, what do you think of all that? And I go, it's interesting. I said, but Steph, I got to be honest. I couldn't give a damn about any of those people. I said, it just doesn't matter to me anymore. And she was like, I hope it didn't offend you. Because she was like, oh, well, sorry. And I'm like, and I'm like, no, I didn't mean it that way. I mean, it's just nothing I can contribute to because let's talk about other things. So I hope you were not offended by my reaction to that. Well, sorry, I'll just take my conversation elsewhere. She didn't sound like that. I'm just making
Morgan
you think
asked
she's
you-
not. Here, I'll talk like that for Steph until she calls in and corrects me. So when Steph
Morgan,
calls me, she goes, hi, Scotty. Scotty, I'm calling from the Massachusetts-Connecticut border.
Morgan asked you, wasn't the Book of Enoch in the Dead Sea Scrolls?
No, it was not. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe it was. I believe it was found separately, but don't quote me on that. I don't think so, though. Sparrowhawk, Angel, I would love to have a Jeep. However, as weird as it sounds, I really want a Jeep that comes in a box, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? I don't know what you mean.
I have no
I've had
idea.
a
what
box
she
come in a
means.
Jeep before. Oh, boom. Ching. No, I don't know what you mean. A box, the Jeep that comes in a box. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. Great song, Mardi Gras. Let's see, Marty Robbins. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Great song. Yeah, I like it. Michelle Get 'em Free is here. Much love, Scotty, in chat, she says. Much love right back at you. Hope everyone is well. Hey there, Michelle. Holy moly, there's 16 people here. Who are all you folks chilling in the background? Glad you're all here. And, 16 people when you all try to talk at once, that can get kind of hard. So, who's calling in? Steph is. Right, Steph? Excuse me. It's not you. It's me.
Scotty got to bump out of here and go help out with my wife.
Go do it. I will
All
talk
right,
to you
see in a little
later.
bit. Okay.
All right. See you, brother. All right. Where are we? I'm on the YouTube channel. These links aren't coming up. What links? The links I'm pasting in? Like if I paste this link in, I'm going to paste one right now, Angel. Boom. There's my Etsy link. Can you see that? And you can't click on them usually. You got to grab them, and I don't think you can anyway. You got to copy and paste them. Amanda Berry from Down Under. Staying warm, USA. It's getting cold up there. Yeah, I know. You do you do Fahrenheit down there in Australia, or do you do Celsius? Because Fahrenheit, it's going to be 20 below zero tonight, and there's going to be a wind chill with the wind of negative 30 to 40 degrees by morning. Whew. Ooh. Let's see. I'm in and out of consciousness, says Steph. LOL, I listen to you, then it's lights out. Well, all right. We'll have to talk softly to you and put you to sleep. So, let's see. Parts of the Book of Enoch were discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's what it was. Says Sean Stroik. Thank you, Sean. Little bits and pieces. Means the Essenes knew who they were, knew what it was. Or was it the Gnostics who stored the Dead Sea Scrolls? The Gnostics or the Essenes? Maybe you watched the original Army Jeep that came in a box, able to be assembled by a few guys in a few minutes. Oh, now that would be kind of cool. I wouldn't mind an old, like a World War II era Army Jeep. I think that'd be fun to own. Amanda Berry. Cha-ching! So, World War II issue. Yep, Angel says. World War II issue. I'm curious about that now. WW2 Jeep in a box. Let's going to see what it shows us. Images. Jeep in a box. Look at that. Well, I'll be. Oh, my goodness. Look at this old ad for a Jeep in a box. Oh, it might be too small for you to see. It shows a Jeep, and it says the original. It's not the ad anymore now that I clicked on it. Let's see if I can read it. I got to put on my glasses for this. The ad says the original World War II Workhorse is now available straight out of the case. Limited quantities have been released by the government from ex-Cold War stockpiles. Order yours today for fast delivery. Right department. Oh, BS. Nice. Box 18. Splot. Okay, it says still in the original by $50. I'd rather doubt that now. But here is a picture of a Jeep in a box. And it's got the tires in it. I'm looking for a good picture I can share with you to show you what this thing looks like and how it came. How does your Jeep come? In a box. Oh, I've heard funny names for that before, but Jeep? Okay, never mind. Never mind. My prurient nature took over for a moment. And I'm looking for Jeep in a box. Well, there are some good pictures here. Guys working on them. I want to find the best picture because it showed the tires and everything on one of these. Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, they come like this. I can't say that and not laugh. Here. I'm going to save the image as Jeep in a box. Oh, it says Jeep in a crate, it says, but here you go. Let's put it in here so you can take a look at it. Here is what a Jeep in a box looks like. Jeep in a box. Let's go here to where I put it. Boom. Boom. Oh, why is it? Oh, good grief. Because it didn't save right. It saved as something else. Hang on. It's saved as a file that won't show up in here. Here's Hawk. Let's bring him back in while I'm doing this. All right. Jeep in a box. Let's, we're going to have to drag it over here into here so I can save it. No, it won't do it. No, cancel. All right. Anyway, trust me. Jeep in a box comes. You can Hawk, where are you? I don't hear you. You called in, but I don't hear you. Anyway, the body of the Jeep is in this big wooden crate, and it's got all the tires are in the back of the Jeep and all this stuff. It's pretty cool.
That's because I wasn't talking.
Oh, well, there. That solves that, doesn't it?
So, yeah, check your email, Scotty. There's something there that's a blast from the past that I bumped into today.
Okay, Huck Buck. Oh, man. That is. You want me to show that?
That's up to you. I don't care. I just found it and thought you'd be.
Save image as.
What is that, about 20 years old?
Yes. Hawk. Hockey One Kenobi. Am I spelling that right? Kenobi. There we go. And we'll do it as a right there. Okay, yeah, this is a old technique I used in Photoshop. Oh my goodness. But this is a picture I did of Hawk. Now you can see his face.
Yeah.
This is what he really looks like.
Right.
Let's see, image file. I did this in Photoshop of him. Just drew it up in Photoshop. And I got to find it. Hockey-Wan Kenobi. Boom. There he is. Oh, see, it's tall and skinny, so you can't really see a lot. But
right.
There he is.
I can't remember what that was for.
I can't either.
But
it was for something.
I can't remember what it was for. I don't know if we were coming up with a concept or something or what. But yeah, good job. Good job.
Amanda is Celsius. I thought so. Australia is Celsius. Let's see. Oh, Michelle thought you were Robert Bauer, Professor Bauer, for a minute there.
Who, me?
Scotty, I sent you a text with a link to a video where they build one of those Jeeps. And oh, cool. I'll have to watch that. Send me a text message. Can't access that. If it went to my phone, I can't access it here on the computer. So
you can take that down, Scotty.
I can. Watch this. Boom. And let's do that. Because I'm more important. Let's see.
Who's a vocal doppelganger? Doppelganger.
You and Professor Bauer.
Oh, really?
And talked with you the other night.
He doesn't sound like me. I don't sound like him.
No, you guys don't, but it did to Michelle for a minute there.
Okay.
So we must validate her. Shh. We have to validate her.
All right. That works.
Okay. I love you, Michelle. Build me a DMC 12, said Field Guy.
Okay. Well, thanks, Michelle. I guess
you Hawkeye and Probo. You Hawkeye and Probo. Oh, Professor Bauer.
I'm not.
I don't sound anything like Hawk or Professor Bauer. I think we only sound alike in that we all can talk on radio, and that helps us. So.
Well, I'm not using my radio voice right now.
Let's hear your radio voice.
Oh my gosh. I don't even
Stoke
know
her up.
You want to fire up.
Here. I'll give you my impression of Hawk's radio voice, and then you tell me when he does it if he sounds like this. Hello, folks. This is the news. I'm going to give it to you now. And it goes something like this. And, there's nothing like getting a Jeep in a box. There's Hawk's radio voice.
More like, welcome to my radio show. You are there, and I am here from the great American Southwest.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
You know what I always did, Scotty? A lot of people don't know this, but I think you do.
What?
When I was doing radio, I imitated as best I could Art Bell.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was going to say that had a very Art Bellish ring to it, which you just did.
Right. Yep. I did the best I could to imitate him. He was the best broadcaster in the history of mankind.
He was.
And not even as good. Nowhere close to Rush Limbaugh.
Oh. Yeah, Rush Limbaugh was the best.
Yeah, he's good.
I'm holding here in my formerly nicotine-stained fingers talent on loan from God. No, Rush didn't have the I don't think he had what I would call a stellar radio voice. It was a good radio voice. It did accomplish what he wanted to do. But loved Art Bell. Who were some of the other radio voices I really liked? There's guys you like listening to, and there's times both you and I, we can do radio and we can do just our regular whack voice, that we want to do, blah, blah, blah. We're talking blah, 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 blah. And then if you want to get serious, you put on your serious radio voice.
Right.
Or if you're reading, or if you're being, there are affectations that aren't really affectations. They're like our split personalities kind of thing. We have different personalities.
That's what it is.
If I'm going to read a book to you, or if I'm going to read poetry, I'm going to use a different voice than I used to talk about,
My ex-wife used to say that I was on or I was off. It's like you're turning it on or you're turning it off.
There it is.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's hard. Once you get it turned on for about 3 hours, it's hard to turn it off. You have to go to sleep and then wake up and do it again.
Yes.
What's with the 411s?
It was 11:11.
Oh.
Out east. In the Eastern time zone, anyway. It's now 10:12 here. We missed it. The beauty is in 59 minutes, we'll see it again over here.
I really want to hear Steph's voice.
Steph, will you just call in? You don't got to show you don't got to. Listen to me.
Really?
What am I from? Oklahoma or something? Hey. You don't have to show your face, Steph. Just call in. Don't turn on your camera. Let's hear your voice. Come on. She's got kind of a Demi Moore voice a little bit.
Lord, I definitely got to hear it now.
So
she's hating us right about now.
No, it's okay. Yes, use your hate.
Strike me down.
Take your lightsaber. Strike me down with it. You can tell he was from Scotland or Northumbria. The actor.
Yep. Ian.
Take your lightsaber. Strike me down with it. That's very Scottish Northumbrian.
You hear that noise? I got a dead cat on this microphone, and I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah. So.
So don't you have a Patreon account?
I do have a Patreon account, and I don't use it like I should. I go through phases, and I post a lot of stuff over there. And I have some members over there that still support my show over there, and I get a little check from Patreon once a month, or a deposit. And I was really a couple of years ago trying to build that up as a way to support the show. You can come in, and it costs you $4 a month to get 30 shows a month. I say that's pretty damn good. And I showed I had a Starbucks paper cup tipped over with coffee kind of pooling out of it. And I said, for the same cost as one of these, you can get 30 of these. And I showed little things from different shows, thumbnails. And so it didn't quite catch on. It's an audience thing. You got to have enough audience that wants to do that and likes your show enough. That's the only problem with a place like Patreon is you've got to really make yourself go head and shoulders above everybody else out there, because there's 1,000 or 100,000 people trying to get your money to donate to their show, and you can only donate to one or two. If you're anything like me, it's like, I'll donate to that guy. So that was the purpose of that, was to try to build up a following that was big enough that would, and I could never in YouTube, I could never break out of a certain arena. I think that's getting better now because I've left doing shows about politics. And so I don't have to worry about stuff anymore. And the algorithm kind of held us back. I'm sleepy. I'm not afraid to call in. I've called before. It's easier than typing, Steph. Talking.
That's okay.
Easier
I don't
than
want
typing.
to make her think that I'm pushing her. I'm just interesting.
Oh, he's just interested.
Interesting.
He's interested in your voice.
Think of interested. Interesting? I said that. That's bullshit. Interested.
It's nothing.
What you should
bad.
do
It's
is get some more
just in your
structure to your
voice.
show. Okay, we're
What?
over talking each other. What?
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 What? What?
I said you need to get some more structure to your show and then get your Patreon account up and operational.
I
and
do.
go back and do what you know you can do.
Well, I'm not doing a structured show now. I just do the captain's log, and then we come into the captain's cabin and we babble. I can do a structured show. I've done it, well, many years. And I almost prefer not doing it on camera. I like the audio idea because then you can just listen to it. And I can pre-record and make edits and you won't even know it. So, but yeah, we had our intro music and all that for the shows and all that. What was our intro for Intrepid Radio? Hang on. Here, this was a show opener. Stand by. Watch this.
The Intrepid Radio Program with Scotty Roberts. Intelligent Talk.
Really, dude. Intelligent Talk.
Yep, Intelligent Talk. We also had Never Smarter Than Common Sense. And then this was
wait.
I don't think it's any different. Yeah, I don't have any. I don't think I have any more.
You don't think that you do a video session with a more structured program? You don't think you do that, or
Oh, I can. I
without
have.
camera?
I have. My YouTube's loaded with 2,000 plus videos of me doing very structured with guests and structure, and we had 58 minutes, and for the radio time, and very strict guidelines, and I just did a good show. I think I did a good show. Of a really good show. Nobody knows who that is anymore, but
I do.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
And we have a really good show. We have the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do
Exactly.
his voice right now because of my throat. But, anyway,
Oh, surely somebody over here knows.
Shirley, who?
Would be great. I'm listening. Your intros and sound clips rather would be great for an audio podcast. I always listen to your shows when they used to go into podcast form. What have I been telling you, Scott?
I don't know. What have you been telling me about? What? Which topic?
Podcast. What you do is this. This is what you do. This is how you kill two birds with one stone.
Yes.
Come over here because you want to keep your presence over on YouTube, which is video
Right.
format. You do a show, you do a live interview with somebody, and then you sit there and you record it and you split that audio off into a complete podcast, just audio form, and put it
There
up.
you go.
That way you have two different outlets at the same
I can do that now. I can take these videos, bring it into my editing program, and I can split out the audio.
Right.
So,
Exactly. That way you kill two birds with one stone. That's a really fucked up analogy, but
And at the end of every one of these shows, I do sound clips.
right.
Automatically, StreamYard will take and divide up sound clips.
Right. And what I'm
And,
saying is because I
minute long.
know what the fuck I'm doing is I'm offering to help you if you want it.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Johan says, Steph, seriously use your voice. It's yours. Own it, brother. Hey, Steph is a girl. Oh,
That's funny.
I
So yeah, we just
identify
got to get you
as-
lined up with some guests. So come over here and sit on the thing and do your thing.
Easy peasy. I can get guests in a heartbeat. I can.
Why don't
line
you
up
get
10
George and
guests.
Nori on so I can call him and bitch him out?
I'd like to be on Nori's show again. Lisa Lyon left Nori. I called and I sent her a book. Oh, one of my books. And because she asked me, God, it was 2 years ago now. Again, that missing year thing. But she was like, she wrote me an email and said, do you have any new books coming out that George might want to bring you on the show on? And I said, no, not yet. A couple of things I'm working on. And then when this one came out, I sent it. She emailed me back. She said, I'm no longer with them. She was there for years. Every time I did Coast to Coast, I was on Coast to Coast 6 times and over a period of about 8 years. And she was always the one. So,
Well, she was his producer for.
mhm.
If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, Art had her right at the end of his tenure at Coast to Coast. If I'm not mistaken, then he left, moved off to the Philippines, did his show from there, and then died. And then Lisa came on. I don't know
Right.
if she stayed there forever or if she had been there how many years prior to that. I'm not sure.
Roger says the Intrepid Radio Show. Excuse me, it's not you, Roger. The Intrepid Radio Show went into podcast audio form back in 2021. That's the last time your shows went. Oh, I must have been using Podbean or something and had them going up to Podbean, or that was some. When did I start with Russ over at Odyssey Radio? 2019 and something like that. So 2019 all the way up until I quit because it was going to change the format just before I got sick in 2024.
So what format do you want to follow in something that you're doing now? If you restructure, what do you want to? What would you want to do? What would you? Where do you think would be most beneficial?
Oh, what kind of show? What topic?
Yeah.
I could do topic driven, but I don't want to do politics anymore.
Well, nobody wants to do politics. YouTube
I'm done with doing politics. I can talk politics, but it's different. It just casts you differently. And I don't want to do it. Which reminds me of another line. Every time I say you don't want to do it, my daughters, I used to make my twin daughters, when they were little girls, would laugh. All I had to do was do this. Do you remember Aladdin, the cartoon, the animated movie, with Robin Williams? And there's a line in there where he's telling Aladdin what he can and can't do. And he takes on this. Everybody know who Peter Lorre was? Do you remember him? Peter Lorre. They always do very bad impressions of him. He was, creepy kind of actor in the 40s and the 50s, and he was in Casablanca.
I know who you're talking
Save
about.
me. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
he took on this affectatious Robin Williams. It was ad-libbed. when they're recording. He took on this affectatious Peter Lorre accent. And he was like, and I can't do this, and I can't do that, and I can't bring people back from the dead. And he takes some other colors. He says, it's not a pretty picture, and I don't like doing it. And I would do that to my kids. That's all I would do. I can't bring people back from the dead. And they'd start to laugh. And I'd grab them and I go, it's not a pretty picture, and I don't like doing it. And they would just die. They thought that was the funniest thing in the world. My little kids.
Hey, you got an idea? Why don't you ask?
You got an idea? What's your idea?
Why don't you ask everybody in the chat room and anybody else who's listening, wherever they are around the
That's
world?
dangerous. I always ended up doing more work because they
Well,
always want me to do 3 hours.
you don't need to do a 3-hour show,
No offense to my chat
Um,
room.
but
No,
ask
no.
them what the topic should be.
Hey, what do you want us to talk about on this podcast? Should I do it? I don't even know what I call it. Call it Captain's Cabin? Call it something different. What should I do? What do you all want to hear? What kind of shows do you want to hear? Yeah, Angel Sparrowhawk. Talking politics nowadays just hurts. Ain't that the truth? Barbie D knows Peter Lorre. He was in all the Bogart movies, the bad guy. He was in the Maltese Falcon. Well, not all of them. Maltese Falcon and Casablanca. Was he in any other Bogart movies? Yeah.
You got quiet.
What?
I said you got quiet.
Yeah, I did.
You got quiet.
Well, it's 10:27. It's almost time to wrap.
Oh, well, I can get the heck out of here, man. That's not a problem.
Yeah, you
I got
could.
other things I got to be doing anyway, but we can talk about this tomorrow over the phone.
Oh.
if you want to.
Lucky Stone said Ed Sullivan was told not to kiss black women on the cheek or shake hands with the African American guests, so he invited more and made a statement by treating everyone equal. That was the rumor. That's cool. And of course, we all know William Shatner and Nichelle Nichols, the first interracial kiss on TV
That's
in
exactly
Star
right.
Trek.
And it was sexy. It was a sexy.
It was.
kiss.
It was.
Sexy, dead sexy.
Dead sexy.
They did it right, man. They knew
did.
what they were doing. They knew.
Yeah.
They knew right off the bat.
Yep.
We're gonna do this first interracial kiss ever done on television
Yep.
for all the white people just to fucking flip out about.
Just to fuck them up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So let's make it a good one. Make it long, make it hard again, and then
Well, they made it in the episode. He was resisting because they were forcing him with their minds to do it, those two to
Right.
kiss. So they're resisting it, but it was definitely a kiss. So Kirk had this thing he did. The old series, when he'd hug, he had a woman in every episode kind of thing. Not
Yep.
really, but he did this thing when he would hug a woman, he would kiss her and he'd grab her by the shoulders and he would pull her in like this and then lay the kiss on her. It wasn't like look around like, hey, let me hug you and kiss you. It was shoulders and it's like he's pushing the shoulders so they do this, they kind of come in like that and pull her in. That's what he did.
Yeah.
So I learned how to hug and kiss a woman watching Captain Kirk.
that
when
way
I
they
was
couldn't
8.
escape, man. That was the thing. They couldn't escape. He had a hold of them.
That's it.
It's like, you're not going to run.
Run where?
That's what he's
Me?
thinking. You're not going to run.
No, I'm not going to run.
Not you. I'm talking about Kirk.
Oh, him to her kind of thing. You're going nowhere. And I'm crushing your bosom against my chest. I mean, that used to be my line. Crush me to your bosom.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I'm out. I'll talk to you later.
see ya. All right, everybody. Guess what? I'm going to go too. I'm going to call this show. It's Thursday night. It's 10:30, and I'm going to get out of here. Trying to think if I've eaten anything today. I'm hungry. Oh, my son took me out to late breakfast around 11 o'clock. And so I think it's time to have a little something, even though it's late at night. It will not be Fruit Loops, I will tell you that. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Johan, you too. You're the first one who said night. And I appreciate all you coming in. Means a lot to me. Let's play a nice out video. I'm running out of videos because I play them all. So we'll do, here is my ad for my graphic design and illustration work, narrated by Rainey and my then now 14-year-old, then 4-year-old daughter, Rowan. They're narrating this ad for me. Even though I updated the graphics, it's the old ad recorded 10 years ago. Here we go. And on this, we're out. Good night.
Are you looking for a really awesome and amazing graphic designer? How about an illustrator or a photographer? This is Rainey Roberts, and I wanted to tell you how you can get my designer, illustrator husband, Scotty Roberts, to work for you on your project. Do you have an awesome self-published book but no cover, or even worse, a cover that really sucks? Do you need a kick-ass logo for your company or some f***ing awesome graphic designs for your ads or website? Then get in touch with my husband for the best f***ing awesome kick-ass design and illustration. He knows his stuff, and he's been at this for more years than I've been alive. Go to ScottAllenRoberts.com. That's Scott with 2 T's, ALANROBERTS.com to take a look at his online portfolio of work, or call 651-468-8115. Now go out and kick some ass with some kick-ass graphic design.
Hi, my dad.